Hey class, so sorry I couldn't be there today. Not feeling good, but let me go through a couple examples with you so you're ready for the test on Wednesday. Hi Ava, where'd your clothes go?
I want to wear my twirly dress.
Okay, go put it on. Mommy's going to record a video. Okay, so yeah. All right, here's our first one. We'll notice that we are in radians, so we're going to pay attention to that. You could certainly solve this in degrees and then convert back in all your answers. But personally, I think that that is more work, so we'll just do it in radians to begin with. So first we're going to look at where cosine is equal to -1. Remember, -1 comes from the unit circle, and cosine is our x coordinate. And so -1, 0 would be right here. And then that is pi radians. And then cosine and sine repeat every 2 pi radian degrees. Hold on. No, Ava. So cosine of theta at -1, theta would be equal to pi. So we're going to do 3 theta is equal to pi plus 2 pi and then k. And then we will need to solve for theta. And since we only have one time where cosine equals -1 and it's a 3 theta, we should end up with 3 answers in the end. Ava, I'm making a video. You have to just wait. So we're going to divide by 3 to solve for theta. Two-thirds pi, or 2 pi over 3. You could write it like that too. Okay. So this would be all of our radian solutions. So this would be all. And if we wanted the 3 between 0 and 2 pi, we would start our first answer would be the pi over 3. And then we're adding 2 pi over 3 every time. So it'd be like thinking about it as like 1/3 plus 2/3 is 3/3. So we'd have a pi. And then we'd have 3/3 plus 2/3 again would be 5 pi over 3. And then if we added 2/3 one more time, we would be at 7/3, which is over 2 pi. So we're done. So it'd be those 3 answers. Okay.
My turn, Mom.
Almost.
Color. I want to color.
Almost. Okay, Mom's got to do one more example. Okay, so we're going to look at square root of negative square root of 3 over 2. That's going to come from our 30, 60, 90 triangle, or we could use our unit circle, or we could use inverse trig to find it. So it's 1 square root of 3, 2, and cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so it'd be a 30-degree angle. So our x, or our reference angle, would be 30 degrees. You could also use your inverse trig. Could I have all this stuff up from before? So if you did inverse cosine of negative square root of 3 over 2, you would get the same answer. So just trust me. Okay, so then you're going to do cosine. That would be positive cosine though. So the calculator might actually give you the negative cosine. So all students take calculus. So cosine is going to be negative here and here. And then 30 degrees is actually pi over 6. So in the second quadrant, we would want 150 degrees because you do 180 minus 30. Or you would do 6 pi over 6 minus 1 pi over 6. So in quadrant 2, it would be 5 pi over 6. And then in quadrant 3, where cosine is also negative, it'd be 180 plus 30, so 210 degrees. Or you do 6 pi over 6 plus 1 pi over 6, so 7 pi over 6. And so here are our 2 answers, where cosine and radians, cosine of just x would be equal to negative square root of 3 over 3. So then we have to take 2x is equal to, we're going to have two equations. We're going to have 5 pi over 6 plus 2 pi k. And if I was doing tangent, I would just use pi k instead of 2 pi k. And then we're going to have another equation, which is be 2x is 7 pi over 6 plus 2 pi k. And if I was doing tangent, I wouldn't need the second equation. I would just use pi 180 degrees, and then that would hit all of my answers. If I did do two equations, you just end up with those repeats. Ava. Okay, now you have to solve this for your angle or your single x. So we're going to be dividing by 2. Since I'm dealing with fractions, I'm going to be multiplying by 1/2 on each of these instead, because dividing by 2 and multiplying by 1/2 are the same thing. So I'm going to multiply all of those by 1/2. So we're going to get x equals, then we're going to get 5 pi over 12 plus that 2 will simplify, just pi k. And over here we're going to get 7 pi over 12, and then that 2 simplifies, oops, too many equal signs, plus 2 simplifies pi k. So these would be the solutions for all radian solutions, would be these two. So all. If I'm looking for all, then that's the answers I'm looking for. If I'm looking for between 0 and 2 pi, then I want you to write them out. Remember my original equations, or my original problem with just cosine of x had 2 answers, and it was cosine of 2x, which means I should have double the amount of answers, and so I should end up with 4. So you're going to start with this side. Your first answer is like when k is 0, so 5 pi over 12, and then you're adding pi, but you're adding it to 12, so I would think of 1 pi as 12 pi over 12, so it's easier to add. So then doing 5 pi over 12 plus 12 pi over 12 would be 17 pi over 12. And if you added 12 twelfths again, you'd be over 2 pi, so you're done there. And then starting here, 7 pi over 12, and then 7 pi over 12 plus 12 pi over 12 would be 19 pi over 12. And so those would be our 4 answers for which cosine of 2x is equal to negative square root of 3 over 2 between 0 and 2 pi. Okay. Thanks, guys. Sorry for the children watching. We're all homesick today, so big party at the Anderson house. Hopefully I will see you guys on Wednesday.